Hey guys, Bobby DeMuro here with BaseballCensus.com. This is Cody Carroll, New York Yankees relief pitcher out here at the Arizona Fall League in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona during batting practice. Salt River's taking BP tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about pitches, a little bit about pitch grips. Cody throws fastball, slider, and splitter. Everything hard, everything kind of what you expect out of a power reliever. Before we get into pitch grips, tell me a little bit about that. A lot of power stuff, a lot of deception. I saw you the other night coming out of the bullpen. Not a very comfortable at bat for a lot of guys. What's your goal up there? I mean, are you trying to make people uncomfortable and get after it with kind of three hard pitches?
Yeah, that's the goal. Make hitters uncomfortable, really.
Yeah.
I mean, they're comfortable up there. They're more than likely going to take way better swings on you. So, yeah, just trying to throw off their timing, make them uncomfortable, maybe throw in, out. You know, you got to mix it up in and out, especially going in. Most guys, they'll look in, but when usually a guy throws a little harder, they're wanting to try to take it the other way.
I was going to say, and obviously slider's going to break away from a righty. Do you use the splitter then? Can you back up and go in with the splitter? Are you setting low middle with something like that? How does that kind of play into your repertoire?
Yeah, with the splitter, I'm just trying to keep it knees down. If I keep it knees down, gets that downward action. You know, that's the one thing I've been working on. You know, you kind of leave them up, flatten out, BP fastball, and then it's not good after that.
I'm sure you've had probably one or two of those based on your numbers this year. You probably haven't had too many more than one or two. Very good numbers in high A, move up to double A. You make that transition very well. I talked to dozens of guys who say the double A jump is the biggest jump of their lives. They weren't ready for it. They struggled. You put up good numbers. What do you attribute that to?
Just constant work, really. I mean, we have great staff, great pitching coaches. Basically, just keep working on your craft every day. I mean, we don't get a whole lot of time to do what we do, so you just got to take that 20 minutes we have to throw or whatever it is and really perfect what you're trying to do.
Tell me a little bit about that 20 minutes, actually, because that's kind of interesting, especially for a power reliever. I know you don't want to hang out your catch partner out to dry and start throwing, splitters at his ankles. But I was talking to a reliever, Art Warren, with the Mariners out in Peoria the other day, and he said that's the most important 20 minutes of his day, just to get a feel down. How important is that feel for you?
Yeah, it really is. You have days where maybe your slider coming off your fingers right, or same thing with the splitter. Yeah. You kind of got to tinker with it every day, because maybe one day thumb position's a little different, maybe it's a little higher, a little lower. Maybe your fingers are a little tender from throwing. It's just a bunch of different elements that affect it.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Let's talk about pitch grips now. We got the baseballs for a reason. Let's start with that splitter. You mentioned your fingers being tender. If you've never heard somebody throwing a splitter, you might be like, what are you talking about? Yeah. It's not an easy pitch to throw. Let's go through it.
We actually talked about it a lot during the season. Changed the grip a few times. We ended up going off of Tanaka's pitching coach in DoubleA. Showed me all his pitch grips, and he's like, Tanaka has a really good splitter. So, let's try it out. Let's play with it. So that's what I ended up going with. Now, basically, you have the middle of the ball here with the logo, and you want to have the logo just barely showing at the bottom. Your index finger barely on the inside of the seam, and then your middle finger is just right out of it. And then thumb position's up to you. I mean, I'm a little higher.
Have you noticed that making a difference in how the ball comes off your thumb?
Yeah, so obviously if you get the lace at the bottom, you're going to end up making it basically a change-up, spinning it off. So I try to keep my thumb a little above the lace just to have that extra little downward motion.
It's interesting. A lot of guys I talk to with splitters really bury that thing back there and spread wide. You're not that wide.
No.
Why not? I mean, have you experimented that and said,
we started traditional spread. Mine started knuckling a little, not doing what it's supposed to do. Yeah. So we changed it. We went there, kind of, just twisted the ball a little, went there. Didn't feel like all that comfortable. So we started playing with that one time and then ended up here.
It's interesting that the splitter's tough on people, or at least people say it's tough elbow-wise, injury-wise. Have you noticed any tenderness, any problems with that, or do you feel like you managed it?
No. Feel great. Haven't had any arm trouble in a long time. So
knock on wood, always a good thing. Slider. Let's do slider grip. Yep. I assume with you, because you're such a power reliever, it's another one of those grip it, let the grip do the work, and just rip it.
Yeah, basically I'm a traditional curveball grip. Just all in the wrist action at the end. Instead of getting over the top, just straight.
Almost taking a two-seamer and just waiting on.
Two-seam, basically put the fingers together and cock them a little bit.
Yeah. And are you doing, I was talking to somebody the other day about this, you hear about you have a box and you try to cut the box. Are you doing any of that, or are you just throwing it and letting the grip do the work?
Just letting the grip do the work.
Yeah.
Because when I start doing that, I start getting, casting it a little bit, and then it turns into just a little spinner up there. So
a lot of people are talking about so many power relievers throw 90-mile-an-hour sliders right now. How have you seen a very hard slider add to your success? Is it just more depth with no, I guess, more margin for error because you're not going to give one of those spinners?
Yeah. So when I first started throwing it, it started out as kind of like a curveball slurve, low 80s, Then finally, once we found, I tinker the same thing, tinker with the grip a lot. Finally found this one. It's basically curveball grip.
Yeah.
And he was just throw as hard as you can. So that's what we ended up doing, and it worked out.
And last thing, fastball. I assume you're a 4-seam guy.
4-seam.
Pretty standard, I would guess. Anything 2-seam? Any other wrinkle to that?
Nope, straight 4-seams.
It's nice being a power reliever coming in for an inning and just blowing it out. I guess last thing to kind of wrap this all up, and it sounds like this is kind of the moral of the story. Tinker, experiment, play around. When you see relievers playing catch out there, they're not screwing around. You're literally doing your job. It just you're messing around with grips.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you never know what. Maybe you change one little thing, and that's the difference in your career. You never know.
That's been the difference for you coming out here to AFL, playing against obviously the maybe the highest concentration of high quality competition you've probably ever seen.
Right.
What has been your initial impressions a couple of weeks in? I mean, do you feel like you fit? I've been asking guys this. It sounds funny, but are you good enough to be here? Because I know that's a test that everybody has to take.
Yeah, just watching the first couple innings. Actually, I threw in the first game, so watching the first couple innings. Tell guys here have way better approach.
Yeah.
Everybody's a lot more experienced. You got guys that have been in big leagues here too. So I think I belong. Obviously, we'll see as the season progresses here, but so far, so good.
So far, so good. Cody Carroll, New York Yankees. I'm Bobby DeMuro with Baseball Census. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man.